Cheese. A simple, ancient food made from milk, yet bursting with history. In the Roman Empire, cheese was more than just nourishment. It was culture, craft, and class. Today, we journey back 2,000 years to explore how the Romans made their cheese by hand, how it evolved over centuries, and why it still influences cheese-making traditions today. Cheese-making in Rome began long before the Republic. Influenced by Etruscans and Greeks, early Romans learned the craft from their neighbors, but quickly made it their own. By the time of Cato the Elder, in the 2nd century BC, cheese was a staple food. The Roman word for cheese was caseus, which gave rise to the word casein, the protein in milk, and ultimately to cheese in English. The finest cheeses were reserved for feasts and gods. Others fed armies and slaves. But all Roman cheese was handmade, molded, pressed, and aged without the help of machines. Roman cheese was made from cow, goat, and sheep's milk. Cow's milk was common in the north, while sheep and goat milk were dominant in the warmer southern provinces. Each milk gave different textures and flavors. Sheep's milk made rich, crumbly cheese. Goat milk created a tangier, softer texture. Farmers milked by hand, at dawn, collecting it into terracotta vessels. Without refrigeration, time was short. They used fig sap or rennet from animal stomachs to curdle the milk. This was the beginning of transformation from liquid to solid, from nature to nourishment. The curdled milk was poured into woven baskets or cloths to drain. Roman cheesemakers would press it under stones or in wooden frames to remove excess whey. Some cheeses were salted and aged in caves or cellars, sometimes for months. Pliny the Elder wrote about cheeses from around the empire, from Alpine wheels to smoky cheeses of the Apennines. Some were soft and spreadable, others hard and pungent. The process was labor-intensive, but every Roman villa had a dedicated casearia room or hut just for cheese-making. Roman patricians dined on aged cheeses spiced with herbs and drizzled with honey. In contrast, plebeians ate fresh cheese soft, barely salted, eaten with olives or bread. Soldiers carried hard cheese in their rations, a high-protein snack on the march. Cheese was even part of religious rituals and offerings. It was symbolic, a bridge between earth and divine, humble milk turned into sacred substance. Cheese was a traded commodity. Carried in clay pots or wrapped in fig leaves, it journeyed from Hispania to Britannia. Roman merchants sold cheese in the Forum, and cheesemongers shouted their wares in bustling markets. Some cheeses were regional delicacies. The cheese from Luni in northern Italy was aged and firm. Others came from Gaul, rich with herbs. Each province boasted its own style. Rome was the center, but cheese was the flavor of the empire. The tools of Roman cheesemakers were simple but effective: clay vessels, linen cloths, woven baskets, and wooden presses. Cheese knives, bronze strainers, and salt bins were essential. Roman frescoes and mosaics show cheese-making scenes. Women pouring curds, children tending fires, men pressing wheels. These depictions remind us cheese was a family affair, a tradition passed down through generations. Cheese appeared in Roman poetry and satire. Horace mentioned cheese with vegetables as a simple, honest meal. Martial mocked poor quality cheese in the markets. But even emperors enjoyed cheese. Nero's chef, it said, used rare Alpine cheese in feasts. Roman cheese-making spread with the legions. In Gaul, Germania, Britannia, local traditions blended with Roman techniques. Even today, echoes of Roman methods survive in Italy's Pecorino Romano and France's Toms. So when you taste a slice of aged sheep's cheese or a soft curd cheese with herbs, you're tasting a legacy. Handmade Roman cheese was more than food, it was empire, economy, family, and faith. Preserved in salt, and time. A true testament to the skill of ancient hands and the enduring taste of history.